I would like to greet you and congratulate you because you are the pioneers that are helping ground 5D on planet Earth. Okay, it's a little bit cold, and to avoid the dew, I'm wearing this. Okay, so don't mind. But this video is super important. Super important. Okay, because I got an insight now, and it is an insight related to women empowerment. Okay, because women empowerment, I talk about it because to me it is the union of Shakti with Shiva, where your energy is not being drained. That is women empowerment, and to me that is twin flame union. So to me, women empowerment is twin flame union. Okay, because only an empowered woman can heal the masculine, because masculine energy responds to different stimulus, different strategies. Okay, and the way they learn is not if you fall on your feet and plead before them. Okay, for that their heart should be open, and most of the masculines, their heart chakras are closed, wounded, traumatized, so they work with their minds. Okay, so they believe in power, they believe in working for what you want, and that is kind of the language that most men understand. Okay, there are a few exceptions to this. I'm not saying all the men are like that, but it depends on the nature of the person and the nature of your relationship with that person. Okay, which methodology. But this whole twin flame journey is about a recognition of the suppression of feminine energy on this planet, the codependency, both conscious and unconscious, especially the unconscious codependency that women are put into. It has to be recognized, it has to be explored, and we have to bring solutions for this. Okay, so if you've not worked on this area, guys, trust me, the union is not complete. Okay, because you have to face these issues in society, you have to raise these issues in society. Because when I go on my Google Maps, okay, initially I used to have 1000 views, then I used to have 2000 views. Okay, now I have 13,000 views. Okay, and it was not any calculated. Okay, it was just something I did because I enjoyed writing reviews. Okay, same thing with Amazon. Okay, sometimes you don't know sometimes, excuse me, sometimes you don't know how much your passion can matter. Okay, how much your passion can bring a change, and you might be completely oblivious to it, but people are observing. Okay, people are observing, people are learning, people are building up opinions. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is your voice matters. Okay, especially if you have already made it to the level of a twin flame journey. Okay, that level is of a high spiritual power. Okay, if you've made it, and for this you don't have to be an ascended twin flame, you don't have to be a starseed, you don't have to be a starseed, you don't have to be an ascended twin flame, you don't have to be any of these things. Okay, if you are a person who's on the spiritual path, who is awakened, okay, and you have found this journey, or this journey has found you, well, then your voice matters and you can make a difference. Okay, so let me get to the meat of today's video. So the most important thing that I want to talk about today, okay, is this epiphany that I had. Okay, I had this epiphany, I had this realization. For many months now, Jupiter has gone retrograde. Okay, the planet Jupiter has gone retrograde, And in a woman's chart, Jupiter represents the husband. Okay, and depending on the planets with which it is placed, it can represent many other things of your life. Okay, and your life is the sum of the 12 houses, which astrology denotes. Okay, so Jupiter was retrograde. Okay, that means what? What happens during a planet is retrograde? All the karma that is stored in that planet comes up for you for clearing, for balancing. Okay. So in my chart, Jupiter denotes my husband, and in my chart, Jupiter also denotes the social network. Like for example, this channel. Okay, Jupiter denotes that. And social network is also a support system, your friends. Okay, it is not the family, but it denotes both these two entities. One is my husband and one is the social network. Okay, so Jupiter was retrograde for many months, and during Jupiter retrograde I observed that a particular thing, because I was traveling, I noted that, okay, the places that I moved to, last 3 places, at the end of my term, which was never really completed because there was some of the other issue. Because on one hand the issues arise because there is a social issue regarding women, and on the other hand the issue arises because there is a issue regarding grounding of spirituality on earth. Okay, so the demons are always attacking by controlling wounded human minds. Okay, so what do the Rakshasas do? Okay, they suppress feminine energy and they suppress spirituality. Okay, so that is the quality of the polarized masculine energy. Okay, so during all this time when Jupiter was retrograde, I noticed the same pattern. Okay, and the pattern was that every place that I stayed and left, I was told that you have landed in the wrong place. Some of the other neighbor ended up telling me this, that I always ended in the wrong place, in the wrong connections. So then that made me think, are there more bad people in the world and there are good people? But then there is no one world. Okay, as per our philosophy, as per our metaphysics, there is no one particular earth reality. There is a set of timelines. Okay, and you get to choose which earth you want to be part of. Okay, based on the timelines, and this happens at the energetic level. From there the choice is made and you become part of a certain earth collective. Okay, so there are earth collectives. Okay, there is no one earth. So if I ask if there are more good people, more bad people, which earth, which collective reality are you talking about? That becomes a question. So what next? The next conclusion was, and this is the right conclusion and I want you to pay attention to this, I always ended up with the wrong owners whenever I was staying, because that was the nature of the karmic debt that I had taken on. Because in my 4th house there is Ketu, which denotes the pending karmas. Okay, so 4th house also denotes your home. Okay, it also denotes your heart chakra. Okay, so it depends on the planet which are in the 4th house. It can denote other chakras as well. So my reason why I always ended up with the wrong connections in terms of as a tenant staying, that was because there are these energetic links. Okay, there are these energetic links to karmic realities. There are these energetic links to karmic people. And this is the most important epiphany that I want to share with you. Okay, you might exist in a society which has all the best possible facilities. Okay, you might have good government systems, you might have police, law, you might have NGOs, but you need to have access via your reality matrix to benefit from these structures. Even if you are in a place where all these sophisticated structures do not exist, because you exist there and you are in a state of singularity, you'll find the structures will manifest right there around you. Because this is the truth, this is the nature of reality. And that is what happens with twin flames. Wherever twin flames are, everything changes around them. It just changes effortlessly. Okay? You will find, like for me, if I park my bike somewhere, within 10 minutes there's a crowd there. Okay? If I park my bike somewhere, within 10 minutes there's a crowd there. Okay? So twin flames, not only do they have powerful energy, but they are in two states. The first state is with which their powerful energy is manipulated. Their powerful energy is under the control of the dark forces. So with that much power, they are attracting karmic timelines for the first half of their life. Okay? So that same power is in the hands of the matrix, the karmic Maya matrix. Okay, and later on, when the soul merge happens, the ancestral karma gets cleared, the soul merge happens, you come into a state of singularity and you begin pulling the 5D timelines. That is the point when your Shakti is with Shiva, not with the matrix. Okay, Shiva is that higher self consciousness. You can say Shiva is a term that is used to denote consciousness as well as a certain person, and in the situation that it is used to denote consciousness, I will like to use this word to denote a monad self. Okay, so you have the two twins and their higher self is the monad self. Okay, so let's just say your Shiva self. Okay, your Shakti needs to merge with the higher self. Okay, it needs to merge with the monad self, and once the monad self is grounded, you begin to ground the soul matrix here. Okay, so many people, so many pairs of twin flames grounding the soul matrix. What do you think it will do to this present system? Okay, so that is the work. That is the work. And the epiphany that I wanted to share with you today is that all your connections, see, now you must have read it in books before. I might not be the first person from whom you heard it, but I am receiving this fresh insight, this fresh download, which I want to share with you. Okay, and this sharing makes a difference because it is my own story. Okay, it is my story. Okay, and I'm sharing it to you as a starseed, so it does make a very big difference. Okay, and I am restating it. Okay, reminding you of it again. Okay, your empowerment or your victimhood is only your soul matrix. Okay, it is not outside. It is not outside with any government structure. It is not outside with any social group, with any NGO. All these things come from you guys. You are the source of it all. You are the basic structure that creates these illusions in your reality. For example, when Jupiter was retrograde, I always ended up with the wrong owners. Okay, I didn't receive the support from my own friends. Okay, and the moment Jupiter went direct, it's not even gone direct as yet, it's about to go direct. Suddenly my friends are calling me. Okay, suddenly I'm getting support from unexpected places. Okay, suddenly the network connections are showing up. I mean, how is this happening? It's just because of Jupiter retrograde. It is because of Jupiter retrograde, but what is that aspect of Jupiter inside you? It's the third eye. It's the balance of the left and right brain. That is Jupiter. I often say that Saturn is the third eye. Yes, Saturn is the third eye. But Saturn and Jupiter are both the third eye. Okay? While Saturn is the crown chakra, okay, the left brain, Jupiter is the right brain, or you can say the balanced third eye. That is Jupiter. Because if Jupiter is not balanced, okay, then you will have some defect with planet Jupiter. Either Jupiter will be with Rahu, or Jupiter will be in Scorpio, like in the case of a special friend that I know. His Jupiter is in Scorpio, and such people get trapped in the matrix like anything, guys. If your Jupiter is in Scorpio, it means your Jupiter is unconscious. Okay, what happens is you don't receive help when you really need it. Okay, if your Jupiter is not well placed in your chart, is not strong, is not dignified, you don't receive the help and the support. Okay, for help and support you have to go to the negative planets. Okay, could be Rahu Ketu, could be Saturn. You'll have to take the help of darker energies. Why? Mostly the sattvic energies will not be willing to help you. Okay, the sattvic energies will just ignore you. So you will not get Jupiter's help. You will get a help of those similar people who have Jupiter in Scorpio. Okay, that means your karmic monarch. Okay, you are limited by your karmic monarch. Okay, so now I was moving from one location to another. Okay, and 4 times I was told the same thing, that I landed up with the wrong connection. It doesn't mean that there are more bad people in the world and good people. It means your connections, your karmic connections. Okay, of course I'm on a path where I'm clearing my karmic connections through both the ways, mostly through the spiritual sadhana. But then this is something that controls us. Okay, this is something that controls us, and you need to figure out how to get rid of it. Okay, you have to get rid of this first, because once you get rid of it, then all the systems, the dead ones also, will become alive. And yeah, because Jupiter is known as Jiva Karaka, guys. Jiva Karaka means Jiva Karaka means, life giving. Okay, so that is third eye. Okay, and a lot of people with the power of their third eye, they have even brought the dead people back to life. Okay, so I was just using as a metaphor, metaphor being that those dysfunctional systems will also start working. Okay, you see how this dysfunction in society grows is that people believe that people with a stronger hand or power rule the day, so they sell their soul, they divorce their soul, and they choose the power side, they choose the stronger side. And this is one of the patterns that the matrix twin displays. Okay, they think that weak people are not my connections. I want to be with strong people even if they suck. Okay, because they just believe in power. Okay, so they hold the other side, they hold the dark side, they hold the opposite side. Okay, and there is a reason for them to be so much on a negative biased towards the power side, irrespective whether they are balanced people or they are imbalanced people. And that is because you have not found your power. Okay, your masculine side is not balanced. Once you fully balance your masculine side, and let me interject, the balancing of the masculine side happens at the end for matrix twin flames. Those who are in matrix twin flame connection, remember your masculine side will balance at the end, not simultaneously. Okay, because in this connection you clear all the karma first, and then your male planets begin to work for you. Okay, for example, Saturn begins to work for you. End of the journey, first entire life, it's like your entire life Saturn will give you lots of trouble. Okay, lots of issues, major ones also. But say in your midlife your Sadesati comes, that will be the best time. That will be actually when Saturn returns. And Saturn, I'm not talking about a Saturn return, I mean Saturn part of your divine masculine will merge back into you, and everything that is associated in your reality hologram with Saturn, okay, material possessions, okay, finances, okay, social a position in society, hierarchy, okay, elderly figures, and whatever else that Saturn signifies, okay, good health, long life. So all these things will come back to you. Why? Because in your own system in your own system you have fixed Saturn. Okay, so what is happening is your reality projection, because it is said you are creating a version of reality with your energy. So if your energy programs, codes are defective, how can you create a healthy version? How can you create a beautiful reality? Okay, if your Saturn is laden heavy with karmic debt, if your Jupiter is laden heavy with karmic debt, okay, how are you going to create this beautiful reality? The building blocks are broken. Okay, now when Jupiter went retrograde, some ancestral karma was pouring down into my physical reality. A friend of mine that is having a very strong Jupiter in his chart, he just was not talking to me. Okay, and right now before making this video, he called me back and then we had a nice conversation. Okay, now what made the difference? Jupiter, okay, that aspect of self, knowing thyself, okay, that aspect of the third eye chakra, that made the difference. When the ancestral karma was pouring into my physical reality, everything turned dark. All the relationships turned dark suddenly. Okay, but once the ancestral karma was cleared, suddenly I'm getting different variations, positive variations, positive versions of people. Okay, so this shows one thing, guys, this is so real what I'm talking about, and yet you have to remember that your reality is not real, it is a Maya matrix. And this is good news. Okay, this is good news because you can free yourself from it. Okay, you don't have to be codependent on your twin, on your parents, on societal structures. Codependency means what? Codependency means you have lost certain soul parts. Okay, you've lost certain codes in your soul, and because those codes are not there, you're not able to create those loving people, those loving relationships. you're not able to create that success, that material wealth, because the codes are defective. Okay, so it is the same thing, like say you have inherited something, say for example diabetes. Okay, you've inherited diabetes, but remember, you've not just inherited diabetes, you've also inherited a polarized feminine or a polarized masculine. You've also inherited a polarized solar plexus chakra. It could be a polarized heart chakra also, because if your solar plexus is polarized mostly and you're holding polarized masculine energies, which are all about control and domination, then diabetes, you become a match to diabetes. Okay, so you not only inherit the disease, you inherit the pattern also. Okay, so it is very, very important to understand that this reality is a projection. Okay, and it is high time now that we learn to understand the coding of the reality and how to get it into our control and stop so much of blame work. Okay, because during those ages where ignorance ruled the day, where there were no star seeds, okay, where there was no awakenings, during those days it was okay to blame, it was okay to be codependent. Okay, but these patterns do not serve us now. We are simply not in those times. Okay, and if we were in those times, then we wouldn't be here. Twins wouldn't be here, starseeds wouldn't be here, the light workers, the grid workers wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be sent to faraway places to fix the grids. And this place that I am in right now, there is a ley line here. Right through the heart of the city, there is a ley line, and where I was staying previously, there was a powerful ley line. So I think ley lines are places of high magnetic energy where you can program the collective better. So if a twin is placed there, if a starseed is placed there, you can program the collective in a better way. Okay, so this is the powerful sharing that I had to give you today, guys. I just want you to realize that reality can shift in seconds. Okay, if you can only clear and get rid of that karmic debt, because if the karmic debt is there, see, I'm still facing two challenges. One is the control over my physical reality that ancestral karmic debt has, and the control over my mind body functions that ancestral karma has. Even if I fix the physical reality, it is the next level, fixing the mental emotional space to bring you at that level of performance is very difficult as long as there is ancestral karma stuck in your chakras. So this is the deep hold of Maya. This is the deep hold of karmic debt, and we had to take a certain amount of ancestral karmic debt and clear it by a certain amount of time. Like currently, I'll tell you, Jupiter is not gone direct. There is around 15 days for Jupiter to go direct. But these planetary influences, they show up like 1 week before, 2 weeks before, and they end also not exactly on that same date. Okay, so currently when I'm making this video, there were many psychic attacks on me, because first of all, a utility item that I was using in my kitchen, okay, electronic item you can say, that broke. Okay, next thing, my cutlery broke. Okay, next thing, there was a professional relationship where these two people were we clearly belong to the dark side, negative side, matrix agents, suppress their soul. So these people were cooking a plan, okay, that didn't become successful. And then there was another issue. So like all this were happening very fast, intensively. But let me tell you, as the issue was arising, the solution was arising. Okay, so it was like riding on a highway fast, because the psychic attack would happen and the antidote would show up. Okay, these people would concord a plan and I would stick my ground and I would get what I want to be done. Okay, somebody would try to bring up an issue which was really a non-issue just to disturb, and then my support network would show up. Okay, so I'm telling you, I'm sharing these personal things with you. Okay, because as a twin, okay, you will also have to go on a journey of empowerment. Okay, you will have to go on a journey of empowerment. There comes a time where you have to leave your parents. Sometimes you have to leave your marriages. Sometimes you have to leave your friends. Sometimes you have to leave your religious community. And sometimes you have to leave all these things at the same time because you are leveling up. Okay, and really guys, for a certain number of years you need your space. Okay, you don't achieve enlightenment just like that. Okay, to achieve enlightenment there is a hell lot of processing. There is a lot of processing, understanding of how each chakra works. There's a lot of processing of understanding how society works, okay, and how you as an awakened individual interact with the society. This processing takes years, and people are not able to give that kind of a time. Even you are not able to give that kind of a time. Okay, because this is so what adjustments you have to make. Sometimes you have to stay up late at night. Sometimes you have to cut out your breaks. Sometimes you have to cut out your friends. You have to make space for all this processing. Okay, because this is a new reality system you're building up. This is also known in old cultures as hermit stage. Okay, and hermit stage has a very dark appearance, but it is not really a dark lonely phase. It is a highly active phase on the mental, emotional and spiritual levels. Okay, because your brain is getting rewired, your chakras are like getting removed, maybe, I don't know, and new ones are being fitted, something like that. Okay, this was too extreme guys. Chakras are not getting removed. Okay, they're just getting uprooted, cleaned. Okay, because chakras are part of your soul, and soul parts are like they are removed when you're in the matrix, but when the divine does the healing, no, the soul parts don't get removed, they just get upgraded. Okay, because it is the software. Okay, and when you change the software, your hardware also changes. Okay, your hardware also changes. Okay, so you might age less, you might sound more beautiful, you might have a kind of a hold on people's mind. Okay, because after I cleared and balanced my chakras, I glow. I glow, and when you have that kind of appearance where you glow, it's like you stand out. Okay, yes, there are many issues, okay, that arise when you stand out, but then this aspect of standing out is also one aspect of women empowerment. Okay, because then you're showing the world that I will not settle for less than myself of who I am, and you don't have to. And the only reason why you never supported, you were never supported when you stood up for yourself, when you stood out. Okay, and people maybe left you, Okay, people maybe stopped supporting you because they couldn't bear to see you shine, but you have to be there for yourself. You were not supported if you were not supported because you had some kind of a karmic debt. But when you function from the 0 point, you are always supported by the soul matrix. But that depends on where you are. Are you in the 3D matrix, which is your karmic debt, or are you in the soul matrix, okay, which is your support network? Okay, so basically this is how reality works, guys. And please note down this point that I'm telling you today. Reality shifts just like that when you work with the chakras, when you clear and balance the chakras. Okay, like Jupiter karma was cleared and everything shift. It was so magical to observe it. Okay, but then this path is about alchemy as well, and what I'm asking you to do is be this alchemist, because until and unless you be this alchemist, you're not going to be able to transform physical reality. And once you come to that place where you can transform physical reality, you'll see the reality situation in which your twin exists is gone, and there is a 5D reality in place of it. Right, there's a 5D reality in place of it. So guys, with this I'm going to end my video today. If you like this, please give it a like, share, subscribe to my channel. Feel free to donate to my channel, and I will bring you such insights again, because it's very important that people understand how reality works and stop giving their power away, too much of it, to the external systems. Okay.